Right. I think we're live. Let me do a quick sound test. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I think we're live. Let me do a quick sound test. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, all good. Rightio. So, nothing really been done since last stream. You guys haven't really missed anything. I was looking at potentially moving the LLM plugin to be part of the game instance subsystem, because right now it's a component on our game state, which means every time the scene loads, it like reloads the model. But I didn't really make much progress with that, so I just reverted everything. At some point I will need to do that. So hey, welcome in. Nice to see you, man. Long time no see indeed. Nice to catch you again. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was working on. I thought I reverted everything, maybe not. Apparently we don't have a reset function anymore. What? Okay, let me revert properly. How you been, my friend? Zohaib? Hopefully well. I don't know if you've checked in for this new project we're working on at the moment, but it's yeah, it's not the TypeScript engine at the moment, although I will continue that, I think. Yes, I'll just revert that too. We're just playing around with Unreal Procedural RPG, C++. Alright, so did that reset LLM. Really? No reset? What? Not sure why that's gone. Let's have a look real quick. LLM source. What are we under? Public local LLM. Then view history. Only one commit. Okay, so I guess I didn't commit that function, so we're gonna have to re-add that real quick. Not sure why I got rid of that. That's fine, we can do that. So we pretty much, from what I remember, just pretty much do what happens on begin play. Which I guess is honestly just that. Yo, Gandev, welcome in. Nice to see you. Just still getting started here, so you haven't missed much. But yeah, how you been? How's the VR world treating you? Alright, so we should be good with this now. Yeah, I must have messed something up when I was mucking around with the LLM. Should be good now though. Also updated Rider. I think the update was just to do with their what's it called? Like their open, not open source, but like free for non-commercial. I don't think there was anything else in there. So yeah, kind of going to be a bit of a miscellaneous stream. We'll just kind of follow my nose a little bit, work on whatever I see needs worked on. I don't actually have a solid plan for tonight, which is always a little terrifying, honestly, hitting the stream button with no plan. But we should be alright. It's going alright, working on some stuff akin to melee combat. Found a solution to holding physically simulating objects but having the simulation be in local space so the object doesn't sway as you move. Oh, that's interesting. Cool. Local space simulation. That's interesting. So is it a different kind of simulation technique you're using, or are you kind of like accounting for the forces in the opposite direction type thing? That sounds really cool. Alright, let's make sure this all still works since I just messed around with the LLM component a little bit. Should be fine though. I need to load this player HUD sooner too. Alright. Okay, no, he's good. A little slow because I'm streaming and it's using my GPU, but alright. Let's make sure multiple messages work. Yeah, cool. Oh, actually, also, let me move. I realized the other day that my webcam kind of covers a lot of this dialogue stuff, so let's do that. Yeah, it really does hammer my stream while this is generating. Anyway, he's gonna go on forever. Works. It's really simple actually, just manually calculating the forces from movement and changing directions and turning just applying that velocity to the held object and works better than expected. Okay. Manually calculating the forces from movement and changing direction. Disabling physics while moving. Ah, okay. Yeah, that sounds cool. Nice. So you've got like physics-based combat, like where I guess when you hit stuff with melee weapons, it like, you know, like calculates the damage based on that or something. Very cool. Yeah, so last time I'm pretty sure we just did this combat thing, where we can get a massive lag spike as we load the blood texture. I need to do something about that. But yeah, we can pretty much just animate and kill these guys. And that's pretty much it. So I guess maybe the thing that makes the most sense next would be to get some enemy AI actually functioning. Pretty sure the axe should work fine too, yeah. Yeah. guess there's no way to heal in the game right now, is there? Yeah, so I suppose we could start looking at that, because that's going to involve not only the logic for the enemies, but also, I haven't really explained this actually, but the game is going to be kind of like a tabletop RPG behind the scenes. So it's going to be like kind of like based on a lot of dice rolls happening when you do combat or anything in the game. So for anyone familiar, it's basically like a D100 roll under system. So if say your skill was in, I don't know, one-handed weapons was 30, we'd basically roll a random number between 1 and 100, and if the roll is under your skill, so below 30, you would hit. So it's like a the skill kind of represents your percent chance of success. We do have a knife which I worked on, which doesn't require this technique since it moves 1-to-1 with you. I'm planning on using this for combat in the future, but it's actually for a pickaxe right now. Nice. Be sure to make it also deal damage. Very cool. Nice. So you got some sort of mining in the game too. That's cool. Right. You probably noticed I always find it kind of hard to start these streams because like I kind of have to like pick a thing to work on. But I think we'll do melee combat. So I guess we'll just use this mummy guy, even though he's ugly, as our enemy for now. Which means we're going to need nav, which we already have. Very good. Also, that just showed me that these guys need to not mess with nav. Where is it? Can ever affect navigation off. So I don't want them screwing up the nav mesh. You switched to WebStorm from VS Code. No, this is Rider actually, which is made by JetBrains, who make WebStorm. But yeah, Rider's for like game development mostly. It's C# and C++, and I think it actually supports GD script. I might be wrong for Godot. But yeah, no VS Code for this. VS Code is a pain in the ass with Unreal, in all honesty. You can do it, but yeah, I don't know, Rider's the way, I think. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this mummy guy right now. He does have a class, which is good. Okay, great, my Xbox thing just got updated. And let's check out his C++ class. There is pretty much nothing happening except he rotates to face me. Which actually I don't need that anymore. So let's update him to the new system, which means we don't need tick. Because we have a new, I just did this in Blueprint. And I did that in Blueprint, yeah. We have a new U billboard. Paper billboard sprite component. If it will let me actually import it. There we go. We'll just call it like main sprite. And I guess we'll make a root component as well. Okay, and then in here, we just want to say scene component, root, and then add the sprite. So that's main sprite. What is it? I need to fix the name on that thing. sprites, and then set up attachment to the root component, and obviously the root component needs set to that. There we go. Working on stuff like that is like why I like working on VR games. There's so much untapped potential mechanics wise. Yeah, I agree. There is a lot of stuff I'd like to see in VR that hasn't been done yet. So the game I worked on in VR a long time ago, we had this cool mechanic. I think it's probably reasonably common now, but basically it was like a strategy game, like a tower defense game, and you would set up your base, drag out your units, build towers and whatnot, but then you would actually like possess the units, and then you would go down in first person and like basically fight. Sorry, hit my mic. Fight with their weapon and all that. And that was, I think, one of the coolest things for me in VR is like playing with scale, like the scale of the world, because you can't really get that anywhere other than VR. I also had a prototype I made at one point where you had to physically run in the game. It was like a shooter. Yeah, that was pretty cool too. But yeah, lots of stuff that would be fun to try. Physics feel more realistic and less obviously just a physics constraint. Oh, okay. You'll be battling chaos for that. Okay, so our mummy mob should be set up. I'm not also sure on how I'm going to architect the mobs in the game necessarily. Like, I don't really want to do a deep inheritance type system. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess just a bunch of components we just slap together. Okay, did that compile? No, we're still compiling. I started slightly late tonight too, so it's probably going to be a slightly shorter stream. But yeah. I've seen that game before, but I'll have to check it out. If you don't mind sharing, did that game go well? Yeah, it did reasonably well. Let me look it up. I can't, ammo. I can't remember how many sales exactly, but it was pretty substantial. Yeah, called Out of Ammo on Steam. I think it's on, we ported to, well, I didn't, but we paid a company to port to Oculus too. But yeah, this is a long time ago we did this. This is when the Vive first came out. So don't judge, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was for the Vive, the HTC Vive, which I don't even know if that's still a thing anymore. But yeah, the Quest. I actually have a Quest over there, Quest 2. And it does seem like the place to be for VR these days. Right. Did this compile yet? Jesus. Alright. Here we go. Okay, so we just want to reset this up. I need to redraw this at some point. It's so ugly. Like that. Cool, and we should have basically the same functionality now. Yeah, that was Unreal. We started that in 4.9? Might have been 4.11. I think it was 4.9. And then we took it all the way through to 4.13, I believe, was the last version we did. Oh, there's still a lot of people using Vive? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it was kind of like a Wild West on the store back then, because there were no like kind of VR guidelines on like what makes people motion sick or anything, and the headset wasn't even out yet. So yeah, it was kind of a chaotic time. Can't even count how many times I made myself motion sick, because like, you know, the general rules about like not moving the camera, all that. Yeah, I had to find that out the hard way. Insane trackpads. They have trackpads? They did, didn't they? Yeah, they had the little yeah, on top. That's right. Yeah, long time ago, like 8 years or more. Since we started that, we started working on that in 2015. 9 years, Jesus Christ, time goes fast. It was fun though. Okay, I'm just sort of fluffing around, not doing anything here. So what I need to do is let's bring this guy out of this little test room I was working on and get him actually running on some AI. So the problem is I still haven't actually really decided whether I want to do behavior tree stuff or not. I'm tempted not to, just because I always do it that way. But then again, if I don't, I'm just going to be writing a big state machine. So it's probably worth doing it. Well, let's just do some behavior tree just in case. I know Gandev has probably seen stuff like this before, but just in case anyone watching hasn't seen how you do this, I'll do it this way first, and then I might switch it out for something else later. But you basically, and I'm no expert by the way, but you basically just make a behavior tree, which doesn't come with its own blackboard. Nice. So you want a blackboard as well. Okay. Not really into behavior trees just yet. People complain about them. Yeah. I don't know. So the game I work on right now that just came out, It's Only Money, open world crime game. We did behavior trees for that, and I wish we didn't. They're just not very scalable, you know? They're not very like systemized. Like it's like a very hard coded way, I feel like, to make, at least the way I know how to do it is pretty, it's not hugely dynamic. So yeah, but it'll get us off the ground anyway. Yeah, okay, so we set the behavior tree. And pretty much we just want to, I guess the first thing for most of the AI in the game, it's going to be pretty dumb. I'm not going to focus much on AI in this project, but we're just going to have aggro sphere, and once something enters that it wants to aggro on, it will chase. That's literally all it's going to be. And then it'll fight, obviously, too. But yeah, so see, this is where a parent class probably would be good, and I probably will rewrite this to one at some point. But yeah, so I don't have to put these things in every class, but aggro range. Alright, and use sphere. I find it's easier, like, even if I know I'm going to change stuff, I find it easier to write the code just any way I can think to make it work first, and then I've got something to work with and that I can refactor. It's quite hard to go in with like a blank slate and just immediately get things exactly how I want them. You would use mass, right? Yeah, I haven't messed with mass much. I do like the idea of ECS, but yeah, so in Out of Ammo, that VR game I was just showing you, we did it, we hard-coded, well, not hard-coded the AI, but we wrote the code for the AI not using blueprints, and that worked just fine too. So, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I guess any way you do it's fine as long as it works. It's just not hugely flexible, I find, to do behavior trees. Okay, so the aggro range sphere radius for by default will be like 1,000 units or something, 10 meters. And then we want to basically just add a callback to this, on overlap. Okay. Add unique dynamic. Aggro overlap. Cool. That will be good. Let's see. These don't really need to be public, so I'll protect those. And we don't need the tick really. Alright, here we go. State tree looks interesting though, less invasive, more performant from what I hear. Yeah, and I think it works quite well with mass entity by default, right? It's like a ECS state machine, as far as I believe. But yeah, I haven't looked into a lot of these new Unreal 5 features. I need to spend some time. Okay, so So now we need to determine what things it should be aggro at. So let's see. What I'll do is I'll make a faction component, I guess, which will define like which faction things belong to. Super simple component, just so I can do this in a semi-generic way. I could do it with an interface too, but that's kind of another thing I'm sort of trying with this project, is to break away from using interfaces all the time and try to use more of a composition style approach with components and whatnot. For better or worse, we'll find out, but I want to try it. Normally I just spam interfaces on everything. Okay, so pretty much all we're going to have here is if gameplay tag container. No, not a container. We'll just do a gameplay tag. Faction tag. Okay, bring that in. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, honestly. It has built-in stuff in mass, but I think it works in any context. Okay, that's cool. Nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd be interesting to see, because like state machines aren't super hard to just make yourself through code, but it'll be interesting to see like what kind of sets that apart from just, you know, just kind of writing one on the fly. I guess it's based on assets probably. Okay, so we have the faction component, so all we now want to do is get the other actor that just came into our sphere of influence. Find component. I feel like my typing's off today. I did have a beer right as I was leaving work, so that could be why. Faction component. Other. Wrap that in an if. Because if it doesn't have a faction, I don't really know what we should do then. It should probably just ignore it. But yeah, then it's like faction dot is hostile to, maybe. Okay, yeah, this will work. It's not going to be pretty though. Okay, so this mob now needs one of these as well. Basically, at some point, I'm going to need to make like a static or like a const place where I define what factions are aggroed to what. But for now, I'll just define it like in the instance in the class. Faction component. And then faction component dot faction tag, yeah. Hang on, getting pedantic here, but this I actually want to be protected. That can be const. Pure. It's not U property, U function. Okay. And yeah, we'll just return it like this. I'm not sure if it would be necessary to do const reference on this. Maybe. I won't for now though. Yeah, and I just want no setter basically. I don't want to be able to set this at runtime. Cool. So now we can do faction component dot. Oh, I see. We have a problem here. Other faction component. This needs to be faction component dot is hostile to other faction component dot get faction. I guess I could have just passed in the whole component, but yeah. Alright, this is looking good. So we'll just make this function. Yeah, and this is where it's going to get funky. Like ideally I'd have a static lookup here. But I guess for now I'll just do hostile to factions like that. And then we can just say this actually was supposed to return a boolean. We'll just return hostile to factions has tag faction tag. There we go. Gameplay tag internally I believe is just an if name, which I think is POD and 64-bit, so it's preferable to just copy. Writer will put a symbol next to whenever you clone things if it's better to pass by ref. Oh, okay. What is POD? Because yeah, I guess yeah, once things are a certain size, then it's better to pass by reference, but it's always kind of hard for me to tell sometimes whether I should or shouldn't. But I guess if you reckon writer will show me, that's helpful. I guess this can be made const, why not? Sweet. So now we should be able to check this. So if we're supposed to be hostile to this faction, what I'll do is just get the controller. How do you do this again? I need to get the AI controller. Blackboard component dot set object. Set value as object. And I believe that's just a name, right? And then like an object. set. Wait, what? Ah, hang on. Wait, there's some weird bracket shit going on here. Get blackboard. Yeah, no, that's right. T data class. What the hell? That's weird that there's a getter for objects, but not a setter. Oh, plain old data. Gotcha. No copy constructor. Gotcha. Okay. They're even compile time intrinsics, which Unreal has a wrapper for. T is trivial, but I believe to tell if it's plain old data. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So I should be fine with that then. So yeah, I'm not sure why the heck there's no setter on this, but okay. Set value. Oh. Oops. It's all fancy like. Okay. It's templated. So if I did that, no, it's still not happy. Can I not just make an F name like that? Fucking hell. Because there's no, as far as I know, there's no F name like just inline thing, is there? God damn it. Alright. I'm sure Gandev will come in clutch in 2 seconds if I just drink my beer very slowly. I think it's because of reference, right? Yeah, I think that's why. No? Oh, wait, it really doesn't want null there? That's kind of strange. Okay. No, it's still not happy. What the heck is going on? T data class, F data type value. Specifically, most of the complaints I hear about behavior trees in Unreal is the C++ API. Yeah, I'm finding that out right now. Just have to pray to God nobody else renames something or removes something, since there's no compile time guarantees with lookup things by name. Yeah, I agree. It's brutal. I don't know how this thing works. I'm gonna have to Google it real quick. Unreal set blackboard value C++. Oh wait, so apparently there is set value. No, they must have changed this recently. Unless this isn't a blackboard component. No, it is. Yeah, everywhere I look, people are just saying, do set value by whatever. T data class, probably a template argument, would be obvious if you look at the declaration. Okay. Let me put this back how it was then. So I'm trying to use that one. Okay, I still don't really understand how to use this. Let's see if I can find references to somewhere else that uses this. Really? No usages. Okay. T-data class. If data type. What the fuck is going on? They must have changed this in Unreal 5. T-data class. There's a type that has if data type as its member. So it can't be object. Oh, I see what you're saying. So if I look at actor, we'll see if that has it. No. Well, frick then. Maybe I should have Googled this a little before I started, but we'll figure it out together. I'm wondering then if there's like a custom wrapper. Yeah, you Blackboard data. Not gonna find anything looking up. Okay, I don't really understand how that's working then, but maybe you reckon actor might work then? No. Sleepy Mushroom, I've been seeing you a lot in the recommendations on YouTube. What do you do? This project is a procedural RPG project I'm working on in Unreal in C++. Previously, and still to be continued, I had a stream, a series of making a game engine from scratch with TypeScript. So yeah, that's kind of what we're working on. I can quickly go to the village. We've only been doing this for, like, I think this is the 15th stream, and they're usually 2 hours, so not hugely deep into the project yet, but we are getting there. And yeah, we just listen to some chill music, do some coding, etc. Memory overflow, hell yeah. Yeah, anyway. But right now, you've tuned at a great time where I'm battling the compiler trying to get this function call to work. Yeah, no, you're right, Gandev. All good. No worries. I will figure it out. I should do my Googling on screen so you guys can see maybe. I don't think that is helping. Control Shift F. What? Sorry. You can search if data type. So you want me to look at that in actor, I guess? Yeah, if data type has nothing. Control Shift F. Oh. What the fuck is all this? Blackboard key type. Hang on. Blackboard key type. Blackboard key type. There's probably one for object then. Not in that global file search. File global search. File global search. Like search everywhere? File? There's no if data type files. I reckon it's this. If Blackboard key type object. Yeah. I think they wrap. No, this is edit inline new. I don't think. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe actually. Basically, my guess is there's going to be a wrapper type called something like if you object key type, that function will call. Oh, I see. Yeah, well, we can check that too. Like if. I mean, what I had looks like possibly it, but you know, it doesn't like that still. Fuck me, why is this so hard in C++? Okay, what about 2022? I think that was UE5 still. No, that's C, that's blueprints. Not very helpful. You will know you found it if you type in that type with if key type. Like, yeah, that's nothing. This has the data type thing. Wait, how does this set value? Set weak object. Oh shit, it just does a memory. Yeah, no, all good, all good. I appreciate the help though. I think we're making progress. Very slowly. I'm fairly confident this is what we want though. Yeah, if data type. Oh, you reckon just compile? Okay, we can try that. You reckon, oh, writer might just be throwing a... Yeah, I've never seen that before. That is weird. Yeah, I guess as you said, it's just some class that has that property. And like any class that has that property will succeed this. I didn't know you could do that. Wait, what? Hang on. Let me do a full include of this, and I might need a modules thing, which could also be why this is not working. Ah, yeah, AI module. Hang on. Close this down. Yeah, I think you might be right. I think Ryder was just giving me a hard time because of just include it, please. Hang on. Let me regenerate the symbols. I get that what they're going for with this templated stuff, but it is kind of a pain in the ass to get working. Complaining around module, yeah, it seems to be a... I should not be building while that's doing that either. Okay, hang on. Stop all that. We're already refreshing, should be good. I forget it auto refreshes for me. So yeah, out and about at the moment then, Gandev, or maybe at work, possibly. Has a type alias with the class definition, or the class is declared within. We'll use that sort of syntax. Right, I didn't know about that. That's quite cool. Okay. Everybody happy now? Yeah, everybody's happy now. Okay, I just wasn't expecting a rapid type. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm assuming the compiler just sort of goes to where it expects that property to be. Oh, what is the problem? Hides class member faction tag. Other faction tag. Okay. Right. Quite a rough start so far. Sorry. This is how it goes sometimes. I have no idea why they're doing that sort of curse, but maybe it's good for reasons I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess they just want to track some extra metadata with it. Like they've got like a custom compare for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure they have a reason. It's kind of weird. Okay, that compiled fine. Okay, so now I just want to make sure, because I think this might have been fine all along. Yeah, it is. Cool. So, tag target, aggro target. Here we go. Just bung in some strings, and let me pull this out because the line's getting long. I guess I should put a check there too. Okay, I think we're away, finally. Would have been easier for the end user to just make a bunch of function overloads for each type instead. Yeah, so they used to have that. That's why I was having trouble Googling it, because they must have changed it in 5, but you can see before they just had... which thing was I on? Yeah, before they had overloads for each type as a function, and they're no longer there. Alright, let's get back in there. I need to try out that thing you mentioned that time as well, the where is it? Got so many notes. Get default sub template. The thing where it doesn't have to preprocessing macros. Type trait struct. Yeah, the thing where it doesn't have to have like blueprint read-only properties duplicated all the time. Okay. Illegal subobject name. Fantastic. What is this subobject that we're talking about here? The faction? I guess I have to specify a thing. Okay, fair enough. I guess, fair enough. Yeah, sparse class data, that's the one. I swear I wrote that. Oh yeah, sparse class data, it is written down. It's just at the bottom.
Yeah, I need to look at that because I keep still doing it the old school way, and you did mention that time, and I need to jump into a few classes and set that up. Yeah. Like on this faction component, for example, these are going to get duplicated for every mummy mob that spawns, when they don't need to be. Alright, we are back in though, that is good. So if we look at this guy, we can set his faction, so let's see. Faction dot undead. Okay. That'll be his faction, and he'll be hostile to faction dot player. And probably some other shit too, but that's fine for now. Actually, let's make a few while we're here. Faction dot beast. Faction dot like bandit, I guess. Undead, yeah. That'll do for now. Okay, so he'll be hostile to beasts and bandits and the player. He's just basically hostile to everything. The only problem is that it instances the data per class but not per instance. So if you have a component on an actor with some edit-only data, you'll probably need to subclass that component. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, so it might get a little trickier then with some of these things I'm working on. For every variation you want different settings for, it's a bit easier when you don't have a lot of composition. May work in your case, I don't know. Yeah, I'll check it out sometime and we'll see. Yeah, so real quick, I also need to port over a couple of things from the mobile NPC. So we're going to need damage, stats, attributes, and status effects, and probably a damage impact particle as well. So yeah, I am going to create a base class for mobs, I think, at some point, because it's going to get ridiculous having to do this every time. Which I guess is the downside of composition. So I'll just use like a little bit of inheritance, like one layer deep if I can. Okay, and we want that. Okay, and now we need to, I'm just going to steal this code from the mobile MVC. We need to initialize like all this stuff. Import all of this crap, and we want the callbacks for death and damage. And those can be protected. You can change the default subobject class, by the way, for different classes that use it. Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, I have done that a little bit before, but it can get a little hairy if you start messing with the default object. But we do it in some cases for sure. Mostly for like editor tools and stuff like that. Okay, we should be all good here. The last thing I'm going to steal is the thing when we take damage. I'm going to do the particle stuff, and I'll probably reparent this to the the mob class we make at some point. Because it is all just the same code essentially. Well, not essentially, it literally is the same code. Okay, and then we'll just destroy the thing once it's dead. Cool. Alright, very good. So we should be away now. We have this aggro target thing which we need to set up. Alright. And not mobile NPC, this guy. We need the impact particles. I only have blood right now, so we'll use that. And wait, I lied. There's one more bit of code we need to steal, and that is to initialize all the attributes and stuff. I'm just gonna copy those for now, and we'll probably customize them later, but yeah. I'm not sure if I'm gonna give like AI and stuff skills and all that as well. It's tempting. Okay. Yeah. Alright, now we should be good. While that's compiling, we should be able to go into here and in our Blackboard make a new thing. Object aggro target, and I will say that's an actor. Okay. So now in the behavior tree, when that gets set, oh, actually, let me just look. Wait, hang on. Aggro range. I didn't attach it. Aggro range dot setup. You can see the aggro range for the mummy is actually at 0, over here. It's supposed to be attached. I never verified this, but I do hear that using Kismet libraries are bad for compile times, but I don't include them anyways because 90% of the time you go into the definition, it's like one line anyway, right? So you just use the code from the functions. That's good to know. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I just use those because that's what I'm used to in Blueprint is these functions. But yeah, I probably should look at that a little carefully. A little more carefully. Alright, did this not compile? No, that's fine. Oh, the math libraries, right. Yeah, I guess they just like have functions for normal math stuff. Like, I bet modulo and stuff is like a function. Okay. I don't know why that isn't doing its thing. I'm just gonna have to restart, I think. And pretend there's no problem when we close this down. Get me out of here. Worry about that later. Still need some of these other libraries, yeah. Some of them like do quite a bit. I wonder why they're bad. Maybe, like, does this include a whole bunch of other stuff or something? Oh, yeah. I guess that's why it's kind of not the best thing in the world, is because just to call some of these functions, I then need dependencies on all this other stuff. Which most of it I already have, to be fair. But yeah, it does make sense. Alright, this time. There we go. His aggro range is set correctly. Yeah, so now we pretty much just need to give him an AI controller. So there's not honestly a lot of point. I don't know. I'm always torn on the split between pawns and AI controllers. Like, I get why you do it, but for a lot of cases it seems like an unnecessary abstraction. So what I might do is just on begin play, I'll just get the controller and cast it, and then run behavior tree from here. And the behavior tree, now we will need a variable for somewhere. Behavior tree. Okay. And now we will load that and use it. So I guess I'll just load it inline. There we go. Yeah, like it does make sense in a multiplayer context, I guess, because you have like the actual controller just on the server side, but still, like, yeah, I don't know. It would make sense more if you were hot swapping controllers between different pawns or whatever, but I find myself just making a controller for each pawn type a lot of the time. So I kind of prefer to keep everything in the pawn. Use of undefined type behavior tree. That's probably under... It's interesting Rider doesn't pick that up a lot of the time. I guess because it's doing like a load synchronous, which is just a U class, I believe. T pointer. Anyway, we're good now. So if I give him the BT, he should basically do nothing, honestly. What we could do to quickly test whether that actually hooked up is do like a move to type situation. And move to the aggro target if there is one. Let's do this as a selector actually. Otherwise, just wait. Okay, so actually also in here, let me open this up and go to the aggro range and turn off hidden in game, and then we'll actually be able to see it. Okay, this is going to be really basic AI, I think. There's not really a lot I need to do with it. So as soon as I basically enter here, he should start moving towards me. No, that's fantastic. The aggro target didn't get set. That's probably because if we look at the aggro range collision, what I actually probably want is just to overlap pawns, and then we have a look at the player. There's probably no colliding component. Oh no, there is. There is, so it should be okay then. Overlap events, blah blah blah. T is just the template argument for the T sub-object pointer. T for your type, yeah. I think it just returns the class though, right? But like Ryder, I guess, isn't smart enough to know like... Well, it kind of is. I don't know. I was just surprised it didn't want me to include the behavior tree by default there. But yeah, whatever. It's fine. Okay, so we do actually have a problem here. Either that or he can't actually move, which could also be the case because he doesn't have a movement component. And likely is the case. Yeah, that will be the problem. Although actually the aggro target might not be being set at all. Let me check that. So let's see what happens here. Oh, I know what the problem is. The other problem is that the player doesn't have a faction component, so the enemy doesn't know what faction we are. I wish it would auto create these components for me rather than having to write this line explicitly for every variable type. Alright, so that will be one of the problems. The other problem I think is it actually can't move. Okay. The lights are behaving this stream, that's good. Okay, so faction tag. So this is going to be player, obviously, and the aggro stuff doesn't really matter because we're in control of the player. It would only matter if we had like bots or something. Okay, so now I'm pretty sure this will work, but it won't actually like move towards me because it doesn't have a movement component. Yeah, so we hit the breakpoint. Let's just make sure we hit this. No. We do not. So my own faction component is hostile to other faction, and that is whether his hostile factions contains that tag, which it should. It does. A1.hashtag A will return true. A.hashtag A1 will return false. Yeah. God damn it. Alright. Should be good now. Sorry. I breathe into the mic sometimes accidentally. Well, not really accidentally, it is on purpose, but I forget that it's really loud on the stream. Okay. Okay, yeah, so we do set the aggro target, although we do set it to null pointer. Which was not intentional. That needs to be the other actor. And yeah, now we need to handle the movement. So the quickest way to just kind of get it working is to do like a floating pawn movement probably. I don't really want to do a character movement component. What I ideally want to do is write my own movement component, but I don't really want to do that this stream. Okay, and that should probably be up with the other components there. Okay. Should be able to move now. So the floating pawn movement component is pretty much just like it. Essentially, I think basically lerps from where it is to where it needs to go. With some acceleration and stuff. But yeah, I want to basically make my own movement component. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at this guy. So pawn movements, yep, he's gonna move really quickly though. But let's just see what happens. Or he's not gonna move at all. Oh, I think he needs a like a capsule or something as a route. Oh, right. You made a multi-threaded character movement component. Nice. Yeah, that class scares me, man. It's so complicated. I guess for the like all the network prediction stuff it does, but yeah. I usually find it's way overkill for the type of projects I make. But yeah, we use it for all our NPCs and it's only money, and it's yeah, it's pretty hefty. But yeah, multi-threaded sounds good though. We do use nav mesh walking on a lot of them, but yeah, even then, still quite a bit. Okay, so let's see here. I basically just want the route to actually be a capsule instead of a scene component. I don't know if it's going to let me get away with rechanging that without restarting, but we'll see. Miran Pilton. Hopefully I said that correctly. Hello, man. I want to learn C++. I already had programming experience with JavaScript and Dart. Can you recommend me a source for learning? Not really, unfortunately. So I'm not like a super expert at C++. I get away with like Unreal flavored C++ just. But yeah, C++ is definitely not my expertise, so I don't really know where the best place to learn that sort of stuff would be. I assume like YouTube and stuff has a lot of good stuff for it. But yeah, no, I can't really just help too much in that regard, unfortunately. Even with network prediction, it's too much. Epic agrees, I guess, because they've made a replacement. And 5.3, I forgot what it's called. Really? I didn't know that. Yeah, it's also not very modular. Okay. Did it let me get away with that? Or did the build fail? What happened? Yeah, I think that did work, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Okay, cool. Though I can't edit the properties, so we'll probably have to restart. Hang on. Just pretend you don't see that crash. I'll fix it, I swear. Cherno is good for specific topics. I was actually watching him at work today. Yeah, he is pretty good. Mover component. Okay. Let me write that down as well. I need to look into that. Mover 2.0. The Cherno is one of when I was originally learning programming, I used to watch his Java series all the time. What was all that? Hopefully the stream's running okay. We don't seem to have any drop frames at the moment. Mover 2.0. That's actually really exciting. that would take one thing off my to-do list, which is to write a... Oh, it's experimental, god damn it. Yeah. That'll be cool though. Looking forward to that. Alright, so is this guy good now? Yes. Okay, so capsule half height, like 90 and then 34. And then we'll just put the sprites sort of on the ground-ish. And yeah, this needs to be do physics only. We'll just do both, it's fine. This will be on the pawn channel and block pretty much everything. Yeah. Yeah, that is one. You can tell that part of the engine's really old. It really feels like reading like Unreal Tournament source code when you look at that character movement component. Jesus Christ! Well, that he didn't move initially, and then he just came flying. I think, is he self-colliding? Yes. I actually don't... No, I do want that to block visibility. I don't want this to block visibility though. And then the sprite can basically just block pawns, probably, physics bodies. Oh shit, it's gonna block itself still. You know what, let's just make it so the sprite has no collision for now. Or query only, I suppose. And I'll just do visibility. Oh, I know why it takes so long. In the AI, we have a wait, but this needs to actually... no, I forget how to do this. We need to abort the wait. Let's do... If I do a double selector, I think it'll work, right? No, did they move the setting? Hang on. Oh wait, it is there. Hang on, yeah. Wait, no, it's observer aborts is what I'm looking for. Worst part is they deprecate those features and keep code in there, so it's just so bloated, yeah. There was a setting to make it multi-threaded and they removed it because of instability and for other random reasons, yeah. It's kind of a nightmare. Where's this observer abort stuff? I know it's in here. Please tell me they didn't remove it. What the heck is going on? God damn, I think it's gone. Alright, well, never mind then. This will just do a low wait time to make up for it. And I need to edit the speed, obviously. Yeah, there we go. Very erratic. So the movement is going to be like, I don't know, 300. Acceleration I want basically instant. They were even getting complaints about RPC performance on character movement components since there's weird overhead to having component make the RPCs, so they went ahead and moved RPCs to a character so you get the silly round tripping. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it does feel like that. Like if you make a character, it's like it's so tied to the character movement component, and the character movement component also like messes with the settings of like the mesh and stuff, the skeletal mesh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't fully understand why it is the way it is, but all right, very good. He is now chasing. I don't know why he turns to the side first. Probably because he blocks nav. Yeah. So we just don't want him ever blocking the nav. And we want him to stop before he gets too close to us, so just make that whatever. And he would basically just start attacking from there. He does do this little hitch thing. Don't really know why. Can we attack him? Yep. And we should be able to kill him too. Yep. It's just terrible design and inherits from nav pawn movement component, which inherits from U pawn movement, which inherits from U movement, so there's no way to just read what's happening. Yeah. It's pretty gnarly. Which is why I haven't made these guys characters, because I don't want to deal with it. So yeah, it'd be nice to have a replacement soon. Because it would be nice if they split out like some of the network prediction stuff too, so you could have like more generic network prediction that you can use your own variables for as well. So it could be like the movement component, and then like a secondary component you put on which does the prediction or something. Tick ordering could cause the hitch. You reckon that's tick ordering? Could be. Well, I don't know what tick this runs on, to be fair. Probably the same as the AI controller. So yeah, not sure. It's alright though. Oh, this is that song. So I'm going to quickly have him start doing damage, and then that's probably all we'll get to the stream. Okay. So when he is close enough, I think I'm already not liking this. Like I kind of want to do everything in C++, so I'm going to probably just like write kind of the AI I want and then convert it to C++, honestly. But what we want to do here is, I know why this abort stuff wasn't working. God damn. We need to do it like this. We need a decorator on here to say if we have an aggro target set, then we can abort lower priority stuff, which means now I can set this back to 5. It's been a minute since I've set one of these up from scratch. So now if we're in the middle of a wait, but this updates, we'll just immediately like cancel this and skip to here. You can see the blue stuff is what it'll abort. Right, they did it as an interface, the network prediction, yeah. Yeah, oh god, I could go on quite the rant, honestly, about Unreal, but yeah, it is what it is. There's a lot of good to it too, but yeah, you can definitely feel that it's an engine that started a long time ago and has been like iterated on a lot. In some areas, it's more developed than others. Okay, so we want to just do here. We want to select again, and actually we don't need another selector. We can just say down here is going to be the attack. So I guess what I'll do is make a blueprint action at least. Not blueprint action, C++. Now what would they be called? Behavior. No, it's called task, isn't it, in this? I guess the blueprint base one. BTT BT task attack target. Cool. Let's call it try it. We'll just say attack target, that's fine. Now, I'm not sure if this is gonna do a very good job at picking this up. I probably need I don't know what I need. Let's just try and compile that in and see if it shows up. But essentially there'll be a couple of functions here. One for begin. No. There's one for tick. What is it called? Begin task? Hang on. Receive tick, receive execute, all that. Okay, cool. Receive, yeah, receive execute. Receive. Oh shit, they're not implementable though. Oh no. Okay, I did find it. That's good. How am I gonna get calls to these to happen? Tick task. Virtual. Oh dear. Yeah, you reckon go up one? Maybe. Tick task on message, tick finished. Yeah, you're probably right. What I'm actually looking for is like the begin event though. Because normally in Blueprint what you do is just implement receive execute. Oh, is there something called execute task? Oh, there is. I didn't even see it. Okay, cool. Oh, we deal with memory and stuff, though. That's kind of scary. Okay, well, not that, not that. Execute task, and that's pretty much all we need. Maybe I don't want to do this in C++. This is yeah, just an array of bytes, or like I guess that's an array pointed to the first byte. That's that is pretty hard out. Yeah, this. Okay, I'm just gonna have to use some of this code, I think. Because otherwise I'm never gonna get a hold of the stuff I actually want. Okay. We don't actually want to call this though, we just want to do this and write the code here. Yeah, can you imagine, like, oh god, I don't even want to touch this. Does this variable even get used anyway? Who knows? Who knows what the heck that's for? What does? Yeah, no, this feels like kind of sketchy tutorial territory, honestly. Yeah, but here's where we want our begin to actually happen. So pretty much all I want is, so we've got our controller, so I want to get the pawn and then get the, didn't I have a combat component or something? How does the, oh, they need a weapon to do that. Okay, that's fine. I'll just make a function callback and we'll just do it this way. Because this will end up in the mob anyway. Not override. Okay, begin attack. And that will come from here. This is fucking nasty though. Alright, we got some, let me just preemptively put to-dos in here. Because I don't have the boilerplate in place right now to be able to, like, I don't have the base class or anything going, or any component to call, so it's gonna have to be like this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I made that protected, didn't I? Which feels bad to do, but okay. And then we're just immediately gonna return success, I guess. But really we should be waiting for something to happen here. I have no idea what I should do in this case, but let's just say aborted. Yeah, I think this is going to be overly complex to do in C++, so I'll probably just end up writing my own AI stuff. Okay, and there's going to need to be some sort of module for this, I assume. AI module, we're pretty sure we already have that. What was the error? Not saying you should do this, but if you want, you can mark this class as friend of the other to access all the private variables if you have tightly coupled classes, which is probably bad. Yeah, that is good to know. I haven't really come across a case where I've needed to do that yet. But yeah, it is good to know. The only thing I don't know about friend is like, how do you... So say you want class A to be able to access some of class B's private fields. So you declare some of B's fields as friend, but how like do you say which classes are allowed to access those, if you know what I mean? So that like class C couldn't then start grabbing all its private stuff, because at that point they would just be public then. I assume there's some sort of like way to filter it or something. Okay. Let me, this is getting a little weird, so let me close this, stop this, and do a normal compile. I am really trying my best to avoid coupling code too tight in this project. There's a little bit of it happening right now just because I don't have the classes I need set up yet, but oh, of course, I don't include this, do I? Oh no, I do. You can declare the whole class as friend zone. You can write friend thing within the class you want to be able to access your members. Oh, okay. I see. So you do specify. That makes sense. These are some weird decal specs. So that makes me feel like I didn't implement this, which I don't think I did. God damn it. Okay, that's why. We'll say just add a message for now. And if color red, yeah, doing it this way does feel way overcomplicated, so I probably will just move away from the behavior trees and maybe write my own kind of state machine-y. I'm thinking of doing a little bit of like utility AI stuff, but again, it doesn't need to be complex for this project, so maybe not. Friend zone, you just you know, it's just in your autocorrect, you know. Yeah, no, I got what you meant though. Yeah, we'll see if I come across a case where I need to do that. Should be fine without, I think. Because what I really want in this, well, I really don't want to even be using these now, but if I was going to do it this way, what I want to do is cast to a mob like that, or just get a component off there which is like the combat manager or like something like that, and then it would be generic and decoupled. Yeah, sorry, that was ruthless, my bad. But yeah, so it is kind of coupled to the mummy right now, but yeah, will be fixed as long as I eventually come back to all these to-dos I wrote. Okay, so he will just basically spam that, I believe, as long as he is at location aggro target within 105, just because we have 100 on the range there, so we might be slightly further away, but yeah, should just come over and start spam attacking me now. BT is sort of BS. Always upset that when I had to use it. Yeah, it's not too bad in Blueprint. It's not as painful, but it does still have quite a few downsides. Okay. What is going on? Why are we not? So we are calling this. I'm worried that because I overrode this, I now broke it. Like, how important, like, if I'm going to do anything in CPP feels like an anti-pattern when using BT, since I have to dynamically look up everything and it's more effort than it's worth. Yeah, and everything's string based too, which is a thing. Cool, super, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I did copy most of this code, so I would have thought it would be okay, but I don't do all of it, so... I mean, we don't do that, which is probably important. And this is true here, but false in mine for some reason. Yeah. Okay. Let's just do that. So we'll call this function and do nothing else, and then we will not do any of this and just call super here. Super execute task and owner components and node memory. We need to call finish execute with true when we're done, which is right here. Hopefully that's fine. I don't know. I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. Yeah. Okay. So what happens with that? Okay, yeah, so he's not actually calling. Oh, he is calling. That's not getting called. That's not getting called. None of this. Oh no, it is getting called, okay. Okay, how about we do it like this then, because I think there's no implementations and that's what it's having a panic about. Let's just do that. What the fuck? Okay. Maybe there's an enum value for in progress or something. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe. It might have just been that check was failing. Not sure. Did that compile? Yeah, okay. I don't know. This feels like I shouldn't be doing it this way already. Spidey senses are tingling. Okay, so we are calling it now though, at least. Okay, and he's just smashing the crap out of me because there's no delay or anything. So every frame he can attack, he will attack. Otherwise, he'll chase me. As soon as I enter a zone, there's no way to escape him or anything, and he'll never lose aggro. So yeah, we're getting there though. It is progress. It is progress. So I guess next time we will, because all our combat right now is based on melee weapon. Or something like that. Equipment weapon. Yeah, so, but the AI don't really, well, some of them will have weapons, but some of them won't. So the mummy is a case where it doesn't really use equipment or anything. It's not hitting me with a sword, like a sword or anything. It's just going to do its own internal attack. So I'll probably move some of this code into an attack manager component, and then yeah, the weapon can have one of these components, but then AI can also just have the component itself to do the damage. But yeah, not too bad. I'll have a think between streams about how I want to do the AI too. I think I'm just going to do it through code, but we'll see. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it there for the stream for the night. Thanks for tuning in, Gandev and everybody. And yeah, I will probably stream again tomorrow, we'll see. But yeah, usually the same time. So I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, see ya.